It seems cold and allergy season often coincide, and although they have things in common, there are some differences. ABC 7's Alex Redmond explains. Alex.
Thanks, Haley. Cold and allergy symptoms have similarities, including sneezing and congestion. So how do you know if it's a cold, allergy, or a sinus infection? Sneezing, sore throat, itchy eyes. How do you know if it's an allergy or a cold?
Usually allergies are seasonal, so if you look back on it, you go, gee, I have this every fall. Oh, it's probably an allergy.
There are signs.
Persistent nose itch, persistent sneezing, eye itch, eye watering, much more common with allergies than with a cold.
The key words with allergies, explains allergist Dr. Ava Burkus, are persistent and a lot.
A little bit of sneezing, more sore throat, more tiredness, potential fever, cold.
A cold has some defining features.
A lot of times there'll be other people around you who've been sick. So that's clue number one. Clue number two is sneeze or itch. If you don't have it, it's probably a cold. Clue number three is there are different cells that respond in the nose to a cold versus allergy.
Dr. Burkus explains that there's a simple nasal swab test that only costs about $2 that can determine whether you have a cold or an allergy. If you have a cold, there will be more of a presence of white blood cells.
Unfortunately, that test is not widely available in clinics.
Sinus infections often start off with a cold, then it goes on for weeks afterwards, explains Dr. Burkus.
You notice a lot of sinus pressure, facial pain, nasal congestion, postnasal drip. Not so much the sneeze and itch with allergies.
And sinus infections, adds Dr. Burkus, can be quite severe.
A sinus infection can trigger asthma, for example, and then people wind up getting treated for asthma in addition to their sinus infection.
Dr. Burkus says that sinus infections can also cause loss of work and sleep because they hurt. And if you think you may have a sinus infection, you should check in with your doctor. And coming up tonight at 7 on Your Suncoast News, we invite you to join us for an in-depth look at Alzheimer's disease, how it impacts patients and caregivers, and how researchers of the Roskamp Institute in Sarasota are making progress in better understanding how the disease works, which in turn may offer hope for future treatment. That's tonight at 7. Back to you, Haley.